Good afternoon. Today is CO51 day. We are continuing with the slope. Today we will find the slope of a line given two ordered pairs. Yes? Well, good thing we're going to find out the difference. It is similar. It is going to build off of yesterday's objective because, math, it builds on one another. So yes, it is similar to yesterday, but we're going to find out the difference. So I need us paying attention so we can see what the difference is. So remember, being attentive listeners, no doodling, no trying to work ahead on our lesson. Okay, this isn't who can be done first. It's who can learn it and learn the new things. Yesterday wasn't too challenging. Okay, we made simple mistakes with finding that slope. But today we're adding on something that I think is new for you. Okay, yesterday's slope was new for a lot of us, but it was kind of an easy one. Building on to that. So today we have the slope is how a line moves across the coordinate plane we know that from yesterday, right? It's that important that we have it 2 days in a row. This is the slope. There is a formula for finding the slope. New. Okay, we're building on. It's not rise over run. Okay, this is a formula. So the formula for the slope, we know rise over run is the change in y over the change in x. That we know from yesterday. Now, our formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we can see up here, it says we're going to have two ordered pairs. So if we look at y2, which ordered pair is it going to be in, the first one or the second one? The second ordered pair is y minus the first ordered pair is y. And that's going to be over x2 minus x1. So the second x, that second ordered pair is x, and the second ordered pairs, or the first ordered pair is x.
Oh, and then we're going to subtract it from each other.
And then, yeah. We don't have to get it right now because I just introduced it. So that's why I have a whole lesson on it. Okay? So it's okay if we hear that and we go, oh my goodness, that was just a lot of x's and y's and it's all blurring in my head. We're going to work with this. It doesn't matter which ordered pair you start with, just go the same way for your x's and your y's. So if your y, if we had this ordered pair and then we have this ordered pair, let's not do the same. Doesn't matter which ordered pair we mark as 1 and which ordered pair we mark as 2.
Yeah.
We could say this is our 1 and this is our 2. So my y2 is a 3 over, minus my y1. Oh, I did that backwards. Sorry. Deep breath. y2, so we've got our 2 over my y1, which would be my 3. Then we have x2 over x1, which is the 2. Why might I want to flip those? Yeah?
Because
Yeah, we've got those negative numbers there. And I might say, I don't like working with negatives. I don't like saying 1 minus 5. Oh, I like doing 5 minus 1 better. So I could flip it and say, you know what? I'm going to mark that as 2 and that as 1. So now I have 3 minus, did I do that right?
Yeah,
3 minus 2, I got myself confused, over 2 minus 1. Let's see if we end up with the same slope. 3 minus 2 is 1, 2 minus 1 is 1. Here I have 2 minus 3 is a negative 1. 1 minus 2 is a negative 1. What's a negative over a negative?
A positive.
A positive. So we end up with the same slope. Okay, so it doesn't matter which ordered pairs you put as the first ordered pair and which one you put as the second ordered pair, because you will get the same slope. You just have to look, do I want to work with negative numbers or not? Colin. I know, I confused myself. I used too similar of numbers. So it was a harder example because my numbers were the same, but Paul.
Yeah, so now that explains what we're doing on the back. On the back, it's saying that check if both answers are the same. So is that what we're going to be doing? We're going to be looking.
Well, let's look and see. Remember, we're not busy working ahead. I know, we can look, but let's look and see. Also double check that the y values are in the numerator and x values are in the denominator. So often we go x is first, so it goes on top. X is on the bottom, y is on the top. Okay. Use the points to graph the line. Find the slope of the line using the graph. Use the formula to find the slope of the line using the points. Check your answer. Oh, show your work. Okay, we've talked about this. We don't just punch numbers into a calculator. Why is it important that we show our work, Colin? Because if we get it wrong, we don't know where we went wrong. We always need to be showing our work so we can find where the mistake happened. Okay, sometimes people will come up to me when they have retakes and they'll go, oh, why didn't I get this one right? And I go, I don't know, you just wrote an answer wrong. If you don't show your work, I can't help you. I can't say, oh, you put the y first and then the x, and or you put y1 and then y2 instead of y2 minus y1. You need to write it out. You don't have to show your work by doing long division on your page. You can do the division or that multiplication or whatever on your calculator, but you do need to show the formula. You do need to show that 2 minus 1, 3 minus 2. You need to do that. I should see that work on your paper. Katie.
Also, if you tell us what we got wrong, we could know what we were doing wrong. Maybe we don't get it at first, and
yeah, we learn from our mistakes.
Yes, because if you don't tell us because we didn't show our work, then we could just get it wrong over and over.
Correct. And the whole point of mistakes are beautiful things because that's how we learn. So how many of us right now are working on our paper? Pencils should be down. So you're either doodling or we are trying to work ahead. And I've asked us not to do that. So I shouldn't see pencils moving. Okay. Being attentive listeners. We're going to walk through one of these first. So we've got 2-1 and 3-5. So you can work with me as we graph this one. So 2-1, 3-5. You're going to connect the dots to make your line. Now we need to find the slope of the line using the graph. So rise over run. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Going over 1. Now we're going to use the formula to find the slope of the line using the points. So we could find the slope with the graph. That's what we did yesterday. So we're repeating what we did yesterday because we need to sink it in because we still had friends making mistakes and going, oh, I flipped it. Now we're going to find the slope the second way using our formula. So we have, I'm going to put this as my 1, that is my 2. So I'm going to put the y's first. Y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. 5 minus 1 is 4, 3 minus 2 is 1. My slopes should be the same. Shocker, they're the same.
Makes so much sense.
Okay, so you are finding the slope both ways. So we're repeating what we did yesterday, and then we're going to do the formula, and they should be the same. If they're not the same, you know you're making a mistake. Do you have a question, Maddie?
Oh, no.
Okay. Katie?
So it's like a way of double checking the work.
It is a way of double checking the work. And it's getting us comfortable using the formula, because then we're going to end up getting coordinates that aren't graphed, and they're way too far away to make a graph of it to be able to count. Because remember, a line goes on and on and on and on and on and on. So if they give us a point here and a point that's way there, and you have to find the slope, and you're going to say, oh my goodness, I can't count up, it's off the graph. This is how you find your slope when it's not graphed. So we're doing it both ways so we can solidify yesterday's way, because there were some simple mistakes we were making, and we're checking to make sure that we're using our new formula correctly. Any other questions? Sam?
Are we gonna have to do the next page too?
Yeah, there are 2 pages. So you have your first page and your second page. The second page says, use the points to graph the same directions. Use the points to graph the line. Find the slope of the line using the graph. Use the formula to find the slope of the line using the points. Show your work. So I should see the formula. Do your answers match? It is our way of double checking to make sure we're using the formula correctly. So I'm going to sign off on the video for our friends at home watching. We hope you are well and hope to see you soon.